I want to welcome everybody here to Veterans Park. Thank you for turning out today. The Pickleball Mafia has made us an offer we couldn't refuse here in Huntington. We have been expanding our pickleball facilities throughout the town, and I'll read a list of new facilities that we're putting together, both dedicated courts and restriping of tennis courts, and that will expand the availability of pickleball throughout the town of Huntington, and that will make everybody happy for about a minute, and then they will come back. So Town of Huntington has officially caught the pickleball craze, and we would not have done it without the insistence of our pickleball players, but also there's some acknowledgments that I'd like to make for some local officials that have helped make it all possible. With me today is Dr. David Bernardo and Salvatore Ferro. Sending regrets, Eugene Cook and Councilwoman Joan Sergel, along with our receiver of taxes, Jillian Guthman, our town clerk, Andrew Rea, our Huntington Highway Superintendent, Andre Sorrentino, sends his regrets. He's still cleaning up. The Highway Department's doing a great job. Same thing with General Services, doing a great job cleaning up after a couple pretty strong storms that we had. Legislator Rob Trotta sends his regrets as well. With us today from engineering, we have Edmund Parrish, staying right here. And well deserved, along with our director Jim Aarons. I don't think he made it out here today, but they are indispensable in putting facilities like this together. Our planning department as well, parks department. These guys do a tremendous service. I don't think Todd Jameson was able to make it out, or Walter Edwards, but they're working hard back at Town Hall right now. So from our Open Space and Park Improvement Committee, the ESPA Committee, Margot Miles and Lisa Brief is here today. Thank you very much. The ESPA Committee is everybody's favorite piggy bank for all the fun things that happen in Huntington. So we want to thank you for that. We also had some park stewards here for Veterans Park. We have Carrie Ann Lindstadt Lurka, Gertrude Frein, and Bruce Howe, who these are the Park Stewards program. These are folks that live in the area, just keep their eyes and ears on our parks. They're volunteers. We thank them. All the parks in Huntington, we try to have park stewards for, and they can, if you're interested in the program, please call the Parks Department at Town Hall, and they'll set you up with a park that, if it's in your neighborhood, you can keep your eyes and ears on that park and help us out. And I'd like to also thank Dave Baccio, who is a local resident, who the Capo de tutti Capo of the Pickleball Mafia. He was a local resident who was very insistent on making all of this happen. So we made that, we listened. So I want to thank you. So the pickleball courts, as I said, are in high demand already. The line of pickleball players was here already this past weekend when our General Services, I think it was engineering perhaps, was taking down the fencing around these parts, and I think they almost got bowled over by players waiting to get in beforehand, and they started playing before the fencing was completely taken down, which is indicative of how popular this sport has become. So in the Veterans Park here that we're standing in, we do have a newly repaved handball court as well. We have 3 new dedicated pickleball courts, which replaced a concrete volleyball court. I'm not sure who decided on a concrete volleyball court, but we make some tough volleyball players here in Northport. So concrete volleyball helmets, full contact volleyball. There will be 2 new sand volleyball courts replacing the single court, and there's some new fencing that went in. In addition, the town board funded these 3 new pickleball courts in October of 2020. And it's taken that long because our engineering department has battled through a series of pandemic-related delays and supply chain issues. But I wanted to point that out, that our engineering department really did a great job in making that happen. And just a brief story. Last week, we hosted a pickleball tournament here in Huntington, and I was unavailable to go. I sent my chief of staff, Michelle McCarthy, to represent my office, and she played with Sal Ferro, and has now not stopped talking about pickleball in the office, and we're all getting tired of it. No, we're not. We can't get enough. So, yes, Sal was a heavy lift, and there are some great videos of Sal playing that we may or may not keep secret, but we'll try. But at this time, I'll just read off a list of other pickleball facilities that we have in the town of Huntington, and some are dedicated pickleball courts, others are striped on tennis courts. So at Centerport Beach, there is one court. There are 2 courts at Elwood Park. There are 2 courts at John Gardner Park. There are 2 new courts at Manor Field Park, which is new striping on existing tennis courts. There are 3 courts at Sweet Hollow Park, which is a mix of dedicated courts and striping on tennis courts. There are 3 new courts right here at Veterans Park. There are 2 courts at Whitman Park. And there are 4 courts at Terry Farrell Park. There are going to be 4 new dedicated pickleball courts, and they're rebuilding the tennis courts. If anybody cares about tennis, tennis bad tennis. But we're rebuilding Terry Farrell Park, which we were down there yesterday taking a look at. That construction is underway as we speak, and we're going to get 4 new pickleball courts there. It's expected to be completed in September. So with that, I thank you all for coming out, and I'm going to turn it over now to Huntington's favorite pickleball player on the town board, Salvatore Ferro.
Thank you, Supervisor. This has truly become a craze, and I love the term, the pickleball mafia, and I guess you're the Don Corleone of the pickleball mafia. If that's the case, then I'll be one of your henchmen, because yeah, I'm Clemenza. We really, at least I'm not Fredo. We picked up the craze. I just played out one time with Chief of Staff Michelle McCarthy. We had so much fun. I didn't stop speaking about it afterward. I got my paddle here today. I carried it in the car because now I want to just be able to play wherever we can. But the most important thing is we did listen. People came out, and that's really how government has to work. Come out, you speak to us, and you see in action. And I'm real proud of what Huntington's doing. We're going to be the pickleball center of Long Island. You guys want that? Okay, so that's what we're going to try and do. And I'll just leave with saying that my partner and I are undefeated in pickleball. And Supervisor and Councilman Bernardo, we'd be happy to take you 2 on at one point, whenever you're ready. Fair enough? Absolutely. So thank you, everyone, for coming down, and let's keep this going. Continue to work on the parks. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Sal Ferro. Challenge accepted. So, because behind the podium here, I brought my own. So, well, with that, we are going to cut a ribbon and officially open the pickleball courts at Veterans Park. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay!